and make sure this isn't as bad as it looks. There we go. All right, guys, on the Sawmill of big black walnut, let's check the diameter down here. I can squeeze in here under the sawmill head. If one of you guys would hold that over there, I'd appreciate it. See if I can hook it right there. So the large end on the operator's side is 33 inches. 33 inches, and this is an 8-footer. Down here on the other side is a little bit smaller. 30, gosh, it swells out right there, but that's not accurate. About 31 inches. And we've got a large void right there. I'm not sure how deep that is. We better check that first and make sure this isn't as bad as it looks. Hopefully it only goes in a few inches, but you never know. So this log is 8.5 foot, Best case scenario, this goes in about maybe a foot or so. And hopefully there's no snakes hiding in there. I have had that happen before. Well, this ain't good. It's still going. We're up to 4 feet. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now how did that happen? This log is only 8 foot long. Did that come through the other end? It's still going. I think it went through the other end, guys. My goodness. Let's go check it. As I was walking over there, the measuring tape fell out, so let me push it back through again. You guys let me know if the tape comes out on that end. It's got to be coming out by now. I'm up to like 15 feet or so, something crazy. Yep, there it is. Why don't you guys say something? My goodness. Tell you what, that right there is drastically going to change my sawmill strategy for today. We're still doing live edge slabs at 9/4 on the thickness, but once I get down here to this void, I'm not sure what's going on. It runs parallel to the pith also, and there is some taper to this log, so I don't know. We may end up doing maybe 4 or 5 slabs off this top and the bottom, and maybe some bowl blanks here on this part on the side. So you wood turners that are watching, I may saw some bowl blanks out of this. Stay tuned for that. Grab me a cup of coffee for this one. This is gonna be a fight right here. These big logs, you gotta be careful with them. You can easily turn them the wrong way and they'll fall off the sawmill. Ask me how, I know. So this is black walnut, guys, like I was saying. I got this from a homeowner who took it down because it was right beside their house. And I remember when it came in, it had fresh cut ends on it, and I didn't see any signs of metal. So hopefully there's no metal in this log. But when it comes to yard trees, it usually goes with the territory. Most of the time you get metal in it, but hopefully we'll have none today. And while I'm sitting here talking to you all, I just looked to my left, and there's a giant nail sticking out right there. Right there. My goodness, it never fails. People say, why don't you have a metal detector? I do have a metal detector. It's my sawmill. It finds metal every time. Every time. That is hard to believe right there. I don't have my hammer down here. See if we can pull it out with the old crescent puller. It's not in there very deep. There we go. Hopefully, there's no more. I'm gonna cut the camera off and look over this log real fast before we get started just to make sure. Guys, I'm assuming you guys heard that. We hit a nail. And I tell you what, usually I'm not real aggravated over nails because it's part of it, but this right here, guys, this right here is phenomenal black walnut. I mean, it is so nice. The colors, the Sawmill was cutting this so good right here. I mean, it was having no trouble coming through here, leaving a perfect finish on this log right here. How wide is this when we hit the nail? 22 inches. Man, that's disappointing. Got nothing but washboard from here on up, which isn't a huge problem because when this is kiln dried, then planed to be flat on a planer or CNC table, however you flatten your slabs, these ripples are gone forever. And then the nail hole right here, there will be a little hole left over when I pull it out. It's not a total deal breaker because I will fill this with some epoxy, or whoever has it rather will fill this with epoxy and tint it black. It looked like a small little knot hole right there. It's just very aggravating because the Sawmill was cutting so good. And right down through here, guys, it looks like it's been ran through a planer. It looks that nice. Part of it. Man, that's aggravating. Somebody asked me in a previous video, what happens to your blades when you hit a nail? As long as the teeth don't break, and they rarely don't, you can resharpen them and reset them, and they're good to go. And since I have a sharpener and a setter, I'm not out of blade. So that's always good right there. Man, that's got some nice color. Man, that's nice. All right, guys, that cut right there went better than the other one. No metal. But I do have a problem. You see that hole right there? That's the one that goes all the way through the middle. And it goes at an angle, so right there it's about 3 inches down. My goodness, look how nice that is. That's the nicest walnut I've sawed in a long time. So anyways, up here on the top is where it comes out. That's that same hole right there. So this slab right here, or the next one we cut, will have some challenges because that little void right there, or large void, is the full length of the slab. So therefore, what I think I'm going to do is flip this thing over 180 and start on the bottom and start slabbing it that way. And when I get to the bottom right here, which won't be today because I've got to run here in a few minutes, I may cut these at 12/4 and make bowl blanks out of them. I'm not sure because we won't get full width, nowhere near it. We may get 16 inches wide before we run into that void right there. And I can probably get maybe 20 or 25 bowl blanks out of this top section right here. That might be what I do right there. That just might be. But man, that's disappointing because that looks good right there. Check that out. Look how clear that is. Limited sap, just like I said, guys, limited sap right there. Very small amount of sapwood on these big walnuts here. But once we flip this over, we should get the same thing right here on the bottom. The same kind of colors and everything going on, and hopefully no nails. Let's cut one more slab, then I gotta get out of here. If you're wondering why I'm not using the sawmill to drag these back to me, it's because these slabs, even though they got metal in them, they're pretty valuable. And when you pull them back and they crash down kind of violently, they can bust sometimes. So that's why you take the extra steps of manually pulling them back, which isn't fun, but just part of it, just part of it. Flip this one over because there's metal in this slab and also in the log that's left to saw up. Got to make sure you get both of them. All right, guys, I guess I'm done for the day. To be honest with you, I'm tired of pulling nails and changing blades. That's the third blade and the third nail that I hit today. I did one of them off camera. So kind of an aggravating day at the sawmill, but it's got to be done. And the reward's pretty good because those slabs over there, even though they got some nail holes, are going to be worth a lot of money once we run them through the kiln. So in closing here, friends, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And on the next video, we're going to come down here and finish this one up. And if you guys want some bowl blanks out of that bottom section I talked about earlier, let me know in the comments below and that's what we'll do. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.